Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed here, and we have returned back to Doki Doki Literature Club. And in the last episode, we have learnt many things. I think Yuri is a possible Desundry character where she's very uncomfortable being around a lot of people, but she gets more comfortable being around when it's only one-to-one person. And we learned something about Sayori which we never would have imagined, because she's always a happy sort of bunny person, but we learned in the last episode she has a bit of a depressing past, we could say, or she just feels that she's always in pain of some sorts. And now we have this situation where she's in tears, and we've got to say one of these two things. Well, she wants us to be friends with everyone else, but at the same time I feel like this one goes against her wishes by doing the contrary of what she wants us to do. If it was me personally, I would say you will always be my dear friend, just because that's the most comforting of the decisions. This one's a bit more risky, but it's like one of those high reward, high risk decisions to say, But oh gosh, you'll always be my dear friend. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monika told me the truth. She's told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best, and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help you get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forced a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is that what it feels like, to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this, Sayori. It's okay. This is just my punishment. Remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here, just so that I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing? You're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realise that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Flare. I'll trust you with anything at all. So... Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden she turns around and drops to her knees. Ah! Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loud as she can. I'm so shocked I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on a path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. I think it would have been even more of a breakdown if I just said, I love you. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funny enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Indeed. Flare, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. There must be the one she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days this important she'd try a little harder? I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly as simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking, but maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Ha 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 ha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Flare. I mean, especially after you exchanged with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monika, you know about that. Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed expressionless, damn it. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? Oh, that makes me really seem like I'm the bad guy. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story after all, so don't worry. I'll probably know a lot more than you think. Monika's been as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this would definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's the one I haven't read before. Oh my gosh, what the heck is this? Get out of my head. Oh, get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I will show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ah! What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Flare? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monika calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of her walking to school makes me feel happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Yuri's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, so she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's house, I knock on her room. Sayori, wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a preach in privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sayo! What the heck is that? No! Oh my! What the hell? What the hell? This is a nightmare. It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do will bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this gut with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 How did Monika know about this? End. Oh my, one of her fragments have been distorted. Oh. And what does she look like Monika as well? Oh. Okay. Oh my. You doing this for file saver corrupt start a new game? Are you... Wah! Nah! I see an annoying girl running toward me from a distance, waving her arm in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is blah, 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 blah. My neighbor and good friend says, "Oh my god, is this real? You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you know each other for so long. We used to work to school together like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would never get tired of waking up. But she's going to chase me after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just... Oh my god! All these glitches! No! This is really where the horror starts. I just cyanided up in front of a crosswalk and let catch up with me. Oh my! It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I met some girls or something like that. But I've no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time in games and anime. There's always anime club. It's not like there would be any girls in there anyway. School is as ordinary as ever. New before over. Most of the dialogue's just the same. Flare? Monika? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has been. Monika smiles sweetly. We didn't know each other. Well, we rarely taught, but we were in the same class as last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? I'll just be looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, which club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing. But there are only 3 of us so far. No! Sayori is non-existent! It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can say that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? Hey, Flare. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I wouldn't ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? I guess I've no reason to refuse this. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome! My nervousness sounds like my way of reading words at the moment, for goodness sakes. Sayori! Where have you gone? You're really sweet, Flare, you know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for materials another time. You're more important. I'm more important? And thus today marks the end. I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Oh my, a guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Flare. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes... Okay. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, vice club president. It's not... No! Sayori was it! Oh my god, it's like she doesn't exist in this part of the universe. Oh my god. It was Sayori, now it's Yuri who's vice president. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone in Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Flare in a classroom and have decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Flare? Why don't you come sit down? Girls have a few desks arranged on the table. I'm just going to read out the stuff that's actually new. Aside from a very minor change that Sayori isn't here. Yep. Yeah. Well, I guess. Quite. You've kept a whole tea set in this classroom. Yep. Hey, do you know of someone called Sayori who's in this, like, literature club? You know, the hidden fourth member before I came here. The one who originally invited me to join this club anyways. That's not... Yeah, manga. And then Ed suddenly perks up. Ooh, you like manga too? But you're a boy. That can change over time. Anything is possible. Anything horrific? The music started changing when we first spoke to Sayori. But my god, that took me away. Like, I had a funny feeling that something did happen to her, but that is one of the most horrific ways you can actually end your own life. Not sure, left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Oh gosh. Impressive. Aww. You don't know about me, for goodness sakes. But then you had two Monikas, by the way. So is she the one who's causing all this programming errors? Is she the one who's doing all this? Same for Yuri. Your idea is? That's a good idea. So this game has... I don't know how many endings it would have, because you could actually piece together the factor that you could probably save Sayori's life by telling her that you love her. But also, from the other path that we're choosing here, there will be its own endings as well. I never said I would join this club. But I'm sorry, I thought... We're going to change glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth there. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And we don't find one more before the festival? I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. And everyone stands up high. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Flare? Yeah. Now it seems like Monika is the more touchy one. But then, if it's next time... Okay, I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super peed. Yeah, this time it's not with cupcakes. Thank you. Thanks, I guess. Scratching my head. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. But wait, there's something missing in my head. A memory. Flare, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Yep. It's all good. Don't worry, Flare. Just be calm. Just keep your composure. You've been through this cycle before, haven't you now? With that, to part with class, club room, make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Would I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. And we failed last time with Sayori. I wonder if we can fail with all of them. You know. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Ah, it's not happy. Look at that. Oh my. So we have 2 girls here and 10 quotes. Wait, everything's been deleted? Oh, nuts. Oh, this game has some really horrific features to it. Oh. So who to choose to go down the cast this time? I am not sure. Scene. So I'm supposing all of these words are only suited for these 2. There's not like there's a hidden third option that only Sayori would have otherwise. Existence. Shitty. Time. Think, of course. Disarray. So I know how to truly differ between these two. Laugh. Agonizing. Anime. Path rate. Frightening. You. Climax. Skipping. Dance. Philosophy. Pure. Fireworks. Variance. Valentine. And a strawberry. And lastly, unending. Hi again, Flare. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least kept my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. No, your face was glitching out there, Yuri. What the hell was going on there? Thanks for keeping your promise, Flare. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. I've yet to see Natsuki glitch out or anything. Maybe she's the odd one out. Maybe you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. No, okay, my head was wrong. Damn it! Going all green on me. Going on... Wait, the music's a bit different as well. It seems like it's been accelerated a little bit with music here. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come around and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Why is she appearing in front of a text? Big mouth. Monika? Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. Yay! Monika is literature! Swift. Oh my. Oh, this music is making me feel on edge. For goodness sakes, I'm sorry for that. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? And the background portrait is slightly slanted as well, I'm not gonna lie. Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might be interested in picking up a book to read. Don't say either way, like you said, I'm in this club now, so if it was right for me to do something like that if you ask. But wait, I didn't mean it like that at all. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to be part of this club, happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. You sure? Just feel like, what is the wise person to know? Should help you get started. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. Yeah, it's definitely slanted, everything is. I'm not gonna lie. Was it just me? Is it just the classroom? Or is it Yuri as well? It's a short read to keep your attention. And could you discuss it if you wanted? This is... Yeah, girl accidentally being so cute. She even picks out a book she thinks I'll like. Aw, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. Look forward to hearing it. Yeah, okay. Everything gets back to normal. Question mark. Managing. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Creep. Notice me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh? It's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. Rereading a bit of this. Book you gave me. Reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just out of curiosity. You have 2 copies of the same book? Well, yeah, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. Oh, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. What do you mean, just happened to buy 2 of them? Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I've decided to let it go. Was that other copy for Sayori? I'll definitely start reading soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging, relatable story. Last time you picked out something that was simple and not too difficult to engage with, but now you have one that's, on the contrary, very, very engaging and relatable. Well, the book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. This is definitely different, but the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and fixating them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Anyways, I'm really into that. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. Oh, I'm sure you're not, Yuri. I'm sure you're not. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Very, very dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Flare? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, don't worry. I hope so. Oh, gosh. This kind of story, it's kind of challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Strange is definitely a word you can use. Out of this world. Horrifying. Occult-like perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. No regret asking! For goodness sakes. My old boy. Oh. Oh, gosh. We don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. This is not normal! And I can't start from the beginning because this game deleted its own files. Save files. Yeah, yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get to the book. I couldn't retrieve the book up, but... Just get away from these 3 characters and go away! Get back to your house, just isolate yourself there. Watch manga, play games. Don't ever interact with these girls again. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distressing you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Reading in company, feel a presence over my shoulders, I read it, it's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the theme is somewhat comforting. Not actually looking at her own book. I glanced over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry! Oh, it's just bad. Oh. You really apologise a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the 2 of us. I suppose so. This is going creepy now. Turn to the page. Here. What would this be, at least? It could also be the factor that we selected quite a lot of Yuri's, but then again, I think I selected even more Natsuki's as well. Hold it like this. I don't even close together than before. Kind of distracting. I feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I got a bit distracted for a second there. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'm able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. No. And smile. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Thumb gently lets go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking of the way she second guesses me and she says, and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came to my head. You read the book already, haven't you? Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her head on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Oh gosh, even more to sundry. This time, in a more public area. What on earth was that all about? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Flare? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. You was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? So, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing! Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I should just figure we should get started without her. Is this okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I'll make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Okay. Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I shared mine with her first. Hello! Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. I think it's the same as last time. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can drive, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, and it's really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. I understand, but it was a nice screen, more weight on the wordplay. Bring out the thing in the last line. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. Guess you learned something. Didn't expect it from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah. Guess not. Really the same as last time. And now just Monika. Where the hell's Yuri? Hi Flare. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for a club or new activities or things we could do to make it better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I sound like a really bad person if I'm talking from their perspective. I'm reading through it quickly. Blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Want to share your poem with me? Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Flare. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But is that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon? Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Flare. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Oh, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I think she'd get used to it, being indulged like that. Really starved for social interaction, a little strongly. Like earlier, I think she gets too stimulated. She ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Yuri, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. I'm sorry for yawning as well. No need to apologise. But maybe that's why she went, because she kept yawning so much. Hypothetically. Plenty of time. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should get to my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. I have to sound confident. Feel that way, you know. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me confused. I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but you know, see colour. I was in the room. Simple poems on flat sheets of paper. The sound of frantic scrolling paper tricks in my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. There is different emphasis on gender-specific words like he. I won't say specific, it's very generic, but in all these quotes there's always like a he factor going on. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. A lot of poems with putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Formed out loud can be really powerful. Inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure of how to put it. Guess you could say that I have some kind of affinity recently. Struggled trying to read that word out another time ago. My head is blank at the moment. I'm still trying to recover what happened to Sayori earlier, for goodness sakes. Monika's right in turn. When you're writing a poem, your brain gets too fixed on a specific point. Try so hard to make a paper, you'll never make any progress. Just wants you to get something down on paper and tidy up later. I think this was the part where I talked about my advice on university work. What a paradox. Well, we've only got Yuri left, so that's our next cue. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Okay, it was the reason I was able to tell. It's just that the specific writing habits are usually typical of new writers. Learn to pick them up and run. Notable things, a new writer is trying to make it deliberate. Typical writing style separate from the topic matter. Weekends. Stamina is completely gone. That's not something you can be blamed of. There's so many different styles. Is this the same? Are those two going to argue again? Please do. It's just going to be horrific. Okay, it's not horrific, I can see. Goes under the light, tinges off my hair, illuminates beneath the amber glow bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickens, I flicken back. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. It took you quite a long time to read. I actually thought last time that I was actually timed by the system of the game. So if I just read it quickly, then maybe she would have a different reaction. Like just press enter immediately. You'd be like, wait, did you even read my poem at all? Slap in the face. No, I don't think Yuri is capable of slapping someone in the face. Natsuki, yes. Monika, probably. Not really, actually. And same with Sayori, but Natsuki is definitely the only one who would actually physically hurt someone. You should write longer poems. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts? Ghosts? Totally missed the point. I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. Yeah, if I started playing horror games with this one, then I would have ended my Let's Play there, because that was just completely terrifying. So when people were saying that there's hidden horror facts in this game, and it was tagged psychological horror, this is not lying. Like, this is really good. But not good as in like, Sayori suicided, just committed suicide, that's really good. Not as in like that, I was thinking the emphasis of the horror itself is really good. In its own little way. For a free game, this is bloody phenomenal. Again, using the word bloody not in correlation to suicide anyways. But Yuri's acting a little weird. Oh my god, the song's going haywire again! Frown of frustration, smells sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Are these two gonna fight again? Yep, this isn't Yuri's first time on the rodeo. I think this is all we've seen beforehand. Impressed by it. Oh god, not this again. Really? Oh gosh. If there's no Sayori here to fall back on this time, so I have to pick either one of these two. Oh, wow. That's a... And that doesn't involve you. Oh, gosh. Yep. Oh, my. Sorry for the after effects. This isn't me, this is the game. What's the choice going to be this time? Wow. What's wrong with your head? Oh yeah, go on. Let's play everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be... Head over here is for you after this. Ah! Suddenly Yuri turned towards me and she just noticed I was standing here. Flare? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. What's all of this? Why do I choose? I'm so startled at this point. Can I can't even save, for goodness sakes. There's no shortcut to save either. What? Hey Flare, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Sorry about that. Maybe we shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once we're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to get a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I actually wish I kept more attention on what the story was telling me, because it really did look like there was more unique stuff coming on our way. Like, cut yourself and stuff like that. Nah. Rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it! I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Yuzuki, or did. Flare, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me as if she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I don't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Flare. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really appreciate you. No! Oh no! No! Oh, what's with this? Oh. Oh. No. This is not what I wanted. This isn't what I wanted. Oh. Proof. Email. Aura. Smile. Oh. What am I meant to do? I feel completely powerless against the choices of the universe. Nightgown, starscape, fireworks, new philosophy, flower, disorientated, prayer, promise, dream, lollipop, cry, infallible, ribbon, and silly. That's what she is. I should have noticed that change was happening as soon as the music changed. Usual scene greets me. Wah! Welcome back, Flare. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or it's Yuri's expression, but the wave of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri? I'm happy that you were considerate and apologised. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off about yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time showing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I've already decided there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologising, I know you didn't mean it as well. Ah, Flare, don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a bit brighter with you around. And, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. Maybe she's that piano recital? I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just want to apologise. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Huh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. So was that all a hallucination? I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Hehehehe. So that was a hallucination, and what we saw in the first time was what actually happened. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns on me. You're still on trial, though. Hey! Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not! What took you so long, anyway? Well, my last period was today was study hall. Honestly, I lost track of time. Let's look at these sentences more thoroughly so that we can actually see when it's different. Piano. Practicing for a while. No dedication. Oh well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will? That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Flare. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't you worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. Monika and Yuri are quite attached to me, for goodness sakes. Or attached to Flare, I mean. Not me, it's Flare in this game. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. So, Natsuki has already ran off into the closet. Flare, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I plan on it anyway. Okay. She's unusually happy. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I've been a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. Anyway, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try and calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out from her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. For the amount of time that we've acquainted to each other, she is unusually forceful against me. I mean, Monika we've already acquainted with before the game actually started for us. Both Sayori, where are you? And Monika. But Yuri and Natsuki, it's only been a few days, and Yuri's been very, very friendly with us. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and settles the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay, you stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Ah, did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri would be the nearest water. This music is turning down again. I headed down the water. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Kah! A sharp inhale. A vein pain. I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh my goodness sakes, what have you done to yourself? Oh. So is what that hallucination said was true. In the hallucination, Natsuki mentioned about this sort of thing. No! Oh my. Thanks for waiting patiently. Flare, do you like oolong tea? Oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature in the kettle to 200 degrees. I'm hoping that's Fahrenheit. Because Celsius, you wouldn't be having any freaking water if it's 200. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert of tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's with you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. Why be so bland? We should have more emotion behind our words. Like, why the hell is Yuri being so touchy and friendly with us? For goodness sakes. You're always worried about me. Oh my god, no. Has she taken on Sayori's form? No! No! Is that why we decided with Yuri instead of Natsuki when we was deciding who to be with? Like, with Yuri's responsibilities or Natsuki's responsibilities of baking? If I chose Natsuki, would this be Natsuki right now? I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Flare, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I could read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry I didn't realise. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I'll do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture right? Always hunched over while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we sit on the floor. Fair. Okay, I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Oh, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it'll go with the tea. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides, and as if in sync we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri's always kind of cute, but when she's been less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any... are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the page. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about it. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. No. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Okay. We're going to end it off here today, folks. Things are getting really, really out of hand, for goodness sake. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully we're going to see more horrifics and glitches in the Doki Doki Literature Club. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves.